Yeah, we're coming back to this. I'm actually gonna try not to just fuck around as much, even though that's the funnest part. The part I've been having the most fun with, because I'm just really not enjoying myself playing this. So I kind of just want to get through the story mode and just be done with it, so I can, like, play a game I actually enjoy, like the original Arkham games, like Arkham City or Arkham Asylum. I would love to do Arkham Asylum because that game is fantastic. So we'll just get this out of the way, and then we can go back to pretending it doesn't exist. Okay.
The cops investigating this crime should have a relay station set up. It'll look like a mobile satellite dish, probably on a rooftop.
Engage hostile target.
Let's attack some cops. That's something a hero would do.
I'll be at a disadvantage if I can't tap into the cops' communications. I should hack their mobile relay station.
If it's so easy, why haven't you done it already before tonight?
On the balcony for a smoke with the menace.
Those men on the balcony, that could be my way in.
What a shitcase. Penguin murdered Black Mask and his lady friend. I mean, we found the bastards.
Stubby little fingerprints right by the bodies.
Yeah, we got Penguin now. Like to see him squirm out of this one.
Fingerprints, 2 dead bodies.
You about to do some time.
Yeah, except forensics will take all the credit. And I'm the one who found the prints.
That's why they call it first response. First pickings on the loot, but none of the glory. Me, I take the loot over the glory any day.
Try and stop.
So Black Mask is dead? He was in Arkham City, so, plot hole much. Like, he was very much alive.
Police believe Penguin murdered Black Mask. But why would he send me here if he was the killer? It doesn't add up.
Yeah.
This crime took place days ago. The fire and the exposure to the elements make identifying the victims difficult. The male victim is wearing a black mask, but I can't positively identify him as Roman Sionis without a DNA analysis. Something I can't do in the field. I can identify the female victim based on her fingerprints. Tiffany Ambrose, Roman Sionis' girlfriend.
Roman!
Or one of them at least. She was no angel, long list of priors, but nothing to indicate she was the target here. The fire spread as a result of a Molotov cocktail thrown into the room. It may have been intended to destroy evidence.
Or just a sick joke.
The shallow trajectory of the bullet suggests the shooter could be someone of Penguin's height.
Or are they nailed
Grooves on
down?
the floor suggest that the victim was killed by someone leaning back in a chair.
Whoa. Okay, I did not do that. The game automatically pointed me there.
This bullet was fired from a revolver. Ballistics analysis indicates a low angle of trajectory. The shooter could have been someone of Penguin's height, but the pattern in the gunpowder residue suggests the bullet was actually fired by someone lying on the ground. These fingerprints are a match for the Penguin, but they're on top of the soot from the fire. The cops were right. Penguin was in the room, but these prints prove he was here after the murders were committed. If he didn't kill Black Mask, who did? The only thing I know for certain is that Tiffany's shooter was lying on the floor. But why? These white streaks are shoe polish. Whoever shot Tiffany was being dragged along the floor. Besides the victims, there were two other people in the room. Tiffany's shooter, and whoever was dragging the shooter. The location from which the male victim was shot may tell me more. The DNA here doesn't belong to either of the victims. Whose is it? The fight broke out when someone startled the shooter. It's not clear who won the fight. It could have been either one of them. I should review the evidence to see if I can learn anything more about either the intruder or the shooter.
I actually like this. I was kind of sour on the first one, but I really like this. It's kind of like too CSI-y, you know? But it does make it feel very like Batman is being a fucking detective, you know? It's an addition instead of just a ripoff. Or something like that.
Fabric analysis indicates the intruder was wearing a white suit or sport jacket. This fabric swatch could help identify the intruder, but I still can't identify the male victim's shooter. There's one impact area I haven't checked for clues.
The timeline is a little weird. The timeline of events.
This DNA is from the female victim. The level of oxidation suggests it's been here for several days. If I review the evidence, I may be able to find out what she was doing when she was attacked. She was sending text messages to Roman Sionis about someone named the Joker.
Way to spoil the whole fucking thing.
Someone killed Black Mask, but this crime took place several days ago, and I saw Black Mask earlier tonight.
That's not Black Mask, though. We know it's not.
I have raised more questions. Who is the Joker? Was he the killer here, or is he one of the assassins? I have a body, an unknown shooter, and an unknown assailant who attacked the shooter. I need to match the DNA samples against the records in the National Criminal Database to identify who was in the room. Alfred, I need access to the National Criminal Database.
Well, the only way to do that would be to infiltrate the Gotham City Police Department.
Then that's where I'm going.
Sir, you'd need to physically hack into their servers. If you insist something that foolish, you'll need a powerful, non-lethal weapon. I recommend coming back here to pick up your concussion detonator.
Not a bad idea.
Why are they introducing the Joker in this game? I know he's like... nobody that matters. Okay, that's kind of cute. Just... A. Dark Knight already did the who the fuck's the Joker? Oh shit, he's some really serious threat thing. The reason that Arkham Asylum just started out with like the Batman and Joker both having been active for a long time is because A, we already know their background and history, and B, where the Joker comes from is not as interesting as what he does as an already established threat. And C, the Joker as a villain is already played out because he was already the main villain of the last two games. Why bring him back? I mean, this is part of the reason they set it as a prequel in the first place, at least, like, you think, right? Like, oh crap, we still want to use the Joker. So let's set it before the stuff happened in the Arkham games, so that we can keep using it. Oh. It just plays into the unoriginality. Instead of doing something creative and using a different villain, like Black Mask, who hasn't been exploited by the series yet, they're just falling back on what's safe, but lazy. Safe and lazy. That's this game in a nutshell.
Possible assignment incoming.
Whatever. Plus, Mark Hamill isn't doing the voice of the Joker. I'm just saying. I mean, that should have been a clue that you shouldn't use the Joker anymore, when you can't have the Joker being the Joker.
Don't go crazy. Guess you showed him.
Anyway, it's pointless running around and doing side quests, since apparently I just need gadgets I don't have to do anything else.
That's him! Is this the end?
Oh god. Oh, I'm going to the Batcave. Black Mask can't possibly be dead in this, so I know this is like a weird bait and switch type thing, because he was, like, in Arkham City, so, like, it's pointless to try and be like, ooh, he might be dead, because we know he's not. So, I don't even know where they're going with this.
Police know the victim fell from a nearby building. There's not much else in the file. His identity might shed some light on things. Ryan Murphy, an account manager at the Gotham Merchants Bank. Cause of death, internal injuries sustained on impact. Now I know what happened. Time to find out how and why.
With my magic CSI powers...
This blood spatter indicates a high-velocity impact. I should check the roof.
Ozymandias probably threw him out the window. Because he knew too much.
Was it an accident, or was he pushed?
Someone murdered the comedian.
Two sets of footprints means the victim wasn't alone. And the scattered paperwork suggests he had a briefcase. I need to find that. Interesting. There are two sets of fingerprints here. One belongs to the victim, the other to Robert Haynes, a well-known con artist. Alfred, I need the last known location of Robert Haynes. I'll send over everything I've got in case it helps.
No need, sir. I already have a search area. Check your display.
Again, ignoring the main story, but like, what I mean is, this is the kind of thing that would really fit with the kind of like ideal open sandbox superhero game. Just, you know, you come across this crime, this random crime, like that has happened, and you investigate it, and like, that'd be the whole game. Like, either there'd be side quests where you follow up on crime rings, or like deal with some minor league criminals and random generated crimes. It's why doing the side quests, like the unimportant little side quests in these games, was always funner to me than the main story. Because it just feels like, you know, it has a bit more of that, this is just another average night for the Batman feel to it. But like with this, it's trying to be like, he's doing all this, just his average patrol, and dealing with the assassins that are all out to get him, and Black Mask, and the corruption with the police, all in one night. And it made sense that he was doing it all in one night in Arkham City, because it was all in one location. It was all just in the asylum. I mean, the city, the prison.
What happened to Brian Murphy?
This is just too...
He gave me the account numbers. I faked being a client and cleared out the account. In exchange, he gets a cut. It's a con I run 100 times. But then he starts to get nervous, tries to back out.
So you threw him off a roof?
I couldn't risk a warning the bank. I'll go to the cops. I had to protect my interests.
And how'd that work out for you?
And how'd that work out for you? Who voiced this guy?
CPD and let them know Brian Murphy's killer has been apprehended.
It's not Kevin Conroy, and that's all he needs to be.
I got multiple calls available.
That's all he needs to be a failure in regards to this character. Playing this character. It's dumb. Kevin Conroy has done a young Batman. A young, inexperienced Batman. Just watch Gotham Knights. He can fucking alter his performance to suit the time frame. The whole he's younger than he was before excuse does not fly with non-physical actors. You know, he's doing a voice, for crying out loud. It's not like he actually needs to run around on camera. Just, it wouldn't bother me, except he's trying to do the fucking Christian Bale, "Ooh, why do you wanna kill me?" voice. And it sounds just as goofy with this guy's attempt as it did there. Alright, I'm going back to the Batcave. This whole game just feels so cheap, like it's the Chinese knockoff of an Arkham game. The few things that they added that are actually good don't make up for everything else that they just completely failed with.
Welcome home, sir. The concussion detonator is on your workbench. Remember, if you use that instead of your fists, you'll do less lasting damage to those police officers and civil servants.
Noted.
I don't even know what this is. Or when and why you'd use it.
All right, sir. You had me quite worried. Slade Wilson is no ordinary foe.
He ambushed me. I should have been more prepared.
You had no way of knowing he was on the ship.
That may be.
That was
But I
pretty
so
cool.
Focused on Cobblepot, I lost track of my surroundings. It was sloppy.
Every single thing you've done tonight was sloppy and amateur.
There's too much at stake for me not to be.
I cannot see this Batman becoming the Batman that was in the other games. Even if it is in 2 years. 2 years ago he was this shitty. And then 2 years later he was the Batman. Just...
Oh, you won't believe this.
What's wrong?
The GCPD have actually asked
Oh,
me
yeah.
to... I assume we won't be unwrapping presents in the morning?
I mean, like, the kind of skills and, like, experience... Didn't I already do that? That Batman displayed later on was the kind of thing that, like, half a decade at the very least would forge, not just 2 piddly years. This is the problem with prequels in general. You know, it opens up plot holes. Just rips them right open where they didn't exist before. This is why everyone was mad that it was a prequel, because they knew that these problems would arise, but then it came out and they were like, no, it's good, and, no, it's not. It's really not. Get some standards. Anyone who thinks that the story of this game is good, no, it's not. You need standards. You need to demand better. Especially after you had Arkham City, which was the best. So you have even less of an excuse. You don't get 4-star filet mignon and then say, no, this fucking, like, squashed jerky that some fat, sweaty trucker was sitting on for 3 months in a row is just as good.
Understood. Thanks.
I totally missed what he said, because the subtitles for these guys overrode it. Because poor gameplay design. Not gameplay design, but god damn it. Just general polish. That's another thing this game is really lacking. It just feels like it came out raw. It didn't have enough time to cook. Needed a little bit more time in the oven and less chefs in the kitchen. Less cooks. Yeah, cooks rolls better than chefs.
All units getting calls about a disturbance. Stand by for location.
Wanna work this block? You gotta pay the tax. Close there.
Hell yeah. Inches away from the police department, we got corrupt cops being like, you gotta own up, bitches. Fucking corrupt ass shit over here. I'm gonna stop using detective mode. There's a challenge to get through a stealth section without using it. Okay, next time we're gonna head in to the GCPD building. Ta-ta.